Um, Please do know that the Bureau is here to support you, and with the participation that we've seen with all of the partner workshop sessions, we're certainly feeling the support right back. So we definitely appreciate it. So today we will be covering a few different areas. I will be sharing an update on all of the GMCB's advertising programs. Becca Hildner, our advertising manager, will be taking you through a co-op marketing update. Madeline Paredes will share website advertising opportunities, and Laura Medley will provide an update on the Miami and Beaches website. So please do know that this session is being recorded. The format is that we will share an update on each one of the sessions, and then we will open it up for feedback from each one of the partners after each section of the presentation. So having said that, I want to introduce our sponsor for today. I would really like to thank Threshold 360. They are our 360 virtual tours partner, and we're going to share a brief video and then have some words from them as well.
Threshold 360 is the world's largest provider of 360 virtual tours for the hospitality and travel industries. Our platform allows destinations, hotels, venues, and really any organization to deliver interactive virtual tours that are proven to drive engagement and direct bookings. Threshold makes capturing your destination simple. Not only do we come to your destination and capture hundreds of hotels, restaurants, and attractions, but also offers self-capture solutions for an on-demand refresh. For meeting planners, Threshold Virtual Tours enable them to stroll virtually through each location, grasp the unique ambiance, and identify the presence of important must-haves. With over 100,000 locations and 500,000 virtual tours already on the platform, Threshold content is being viewed on average of 2 million times every single day. Thank you. We look forward to discovering more about what makes your destination unique and amazing.
Thanks, Josie, so much. Really appreciate the introduction there. It's been a true honor to have started working with the CVB and partnering with the CVB. More than 2 years ago when we started this program, Miami as a destination became one of the first global destinations to provide a ubiquitous virtual tour experience for both meeting planners as well as their leisure travelers. The success of this program has been overwhelming. So over the last 2 years, between the virtual tours on the website, sales proposals, social media, and by and large with Google, this content, these virtual tours, have been viewed more than 55 million times. And it's the first opportunity for people to go hotel by hotel, resort by resort, attraction by attraction, and get these real deep, rich virtual tour experiences. So we're very fortunate to have partnered with the CVB, very fortunate to be part of this sponsorship today. And most importantly, we are so thankful to be part of the recovery efforts for the Miami CVB. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Seth. So I will go ahead and provide an update on the advertising program. So many of you have been working with the GMCVB for a number of years. You know that our mission is to increase tourism to Greater Miami and the beaches. Typically, we do this by focusing the majority of our efforts on increasing destination consideration. So many people are aware of Miami, but not everyone might consider a stay in Miami. So we believe our job is to increase consideration for Miami and to get folks that are coming to stay longer. We have a number of programs that we had planned for this year in the branding area. We also had a number of programs focused on driving bookings at the highest possible rates. We had many programs with co-op partners, search engine marketing, always on retargeting, all focused on driving more business to our partners. And then finally, of course, we had an extensive program focused on driving meetings leads for both the Miami Beach Convention Center and the hotel partners that we work with. This is just a few examples of some of the creative for our consumer programs. We have over 25 different bespoke programs, broad brand marketing programs, and then targeted programs for multicultural, LGBTQ, luxury. So we were doing quite a lot in this space. Here are some examples of our meetings advertising. The meetings program is at this time primarily a print program with some digital opportunities. One of the interesting things that we do for meetings is we tend to, if there are very significant events with lots of meeting attendees, we geofence the events and put up billboard advertising that can speak to both meeting planners as well as visitors. And that has been very successful for us. So at this year, we actually decided, we'd had the Found in Miami campaign that was a very successful campaign for us, but we always want to up the ante. And looking at consumer research, we were able to identify an opportunity in the fact that consumers today, people are actually very stressed out. They feel very tied to their devices, and they're seeking opportunities to relax and disconnect by reconnecting with nature. And so the GMCVB launched in January of this year, the Miami Land campaign. It's a beautiful campaign, wonderful imagery, really showcasing not only our national parks, but also all of the wonderful areas in Miami Beach and South Dade, all of the destination opportunities to reconnect with nature. It really was an incredible success for us. It ran for 6 weeks before we did have to pause it due to the COVID situation, but it was really our strongest performing campaign to date. And our intent is really to try to drive intent to visit, right? We want to get people to consider us, and it was incredibly successful. So we did pause the majority of our media programs. However, while sheltering in place due to the COVID situation, we quickly formulated a recovery campaign strategy. The Miami Shines campaign is all about trying to showcase the destination. We had 2 phases and launched the pre-recovery phase while people were still sheltering in place. We wanted to keep Miami top of mind and let them know we will be here for you and we are standing by as you stand by. And so we got a lot of great engagement on that. We did a lot of social media posting, showcasing a lot of our partners and their efforts, some of the cultural institutions doing a lot there. Then we launched the recovery campaign. The recovery campaign's focus, launched on June 1, was really to drive more business back to the destination. It had both branding with lots of great video that was immersive and experiential. And then we had follow-up media targeting those individuals that had engaged with our branding content with booking banners, trying to drive them to the destination, featuring a lot of the low rates that our partners are featuring at this time. Now, as we saw the COVID situation start to increase within the destination, we did pause some of the branding media because we want to make sure that our tone is appropriate for what's happening within the market at the time. So we did pause the branding media, but we do have a number of booking programs that remain active at this time. So we launched a huge program on Expedia recently. Many of you are participating. So it has a national leg and then a number of regional partners that have participated. Expedia mentioned, we'd heard from them earlier yesterday that they're contributing hard cash dollars to recovery efforts and to bring tourism back. And so they have contributed $125,000 in support to this co-op program. So anyone that books a Miami and Beaches stay through this Expedia program will automatically get 15% off, funded by Expedia. So we're very grateful for that and thankful for that. We also have focused media on a number of other partners, including Cvent for meeting planners. So looking ahead into the crystal ball, what are the considerations that we are looking at for our 2020-2021 advertising program? At this time, we are not quite yet sure exactly what our available budget will be. However, we know that flexibility is really critical to anything that we will be doing. So from a media perspective, we'll be shifting towards digital media that's easily changeable. We already had significant investments with digital, but we'll probably stay the course there. We want to make sure that we're sharing how individuals can responsibly travel to Miami. And from a branding versus booking perspective, we will continue to do both, but we probably will focus more on driving the heads and beds and increasing the booking, driving media, and still maintaining branding as well to differentiate ourselves. We will be, in the short term especially, focusing on what prospective visitors are looking for right now, which is really emphasizing beaches, the outdoors, and wide open spaces. From a seasonality perspective, typically we tend to focus more on winter and summer, but we will be investing most likely more into the fall to try to drive those visits back should the COVID situation stabilize, which of course is still to be determined. We will first target Tri-County and the Florida markets locally. Our drive markets have completely changed. So we see from the data that we're having markets up the entire Eastern Seaboard expressing interest in visiting Miami. We will then broaden to domestic fly markets as that comfort level increases, and then we'll continue to monitor international travel. We do have budget that has been retained through our Brand USA partnership, and we will launch that again when the time is right. So we'll be continuing to monitor that. From a meetings and conventions perspective, our focus is very much on trying to drive local meetings until things stabilize and we were able to expand our markets there. Now, I mentioned a few programs that we launched and then had to pause due to the COVID situation. And so we have a number of wonderful programs that we are going to bring back. We will be focused on bookings. We will bring back Miami Shines. Miami Land is certainly the perfect campaign at this time to help promote Miami and Beach's wide open spaces. And then we will also make sure to promote Found in Miami, which heavily emphasizes our cultural aspects as well as our neighborhoods. So from a timing perspective, we have maintained our booking and our CVEM programs active at this time. And then as things stabilize, we will introduce Miami Shines, Found in Miami, and Miami Land back into the market. So now I'd like to open it up to you all for potential feedback. And I'm gonna not open up my chat window just because I think that formatting, it'll just be easier if the team shares with me what the feedback is. So please, 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 we encourage you to participate. We'd love to hear from you. If you had a pie chart featuring the GMCVB budget and you had to decide how much should we spend on leisure advertising versus meetings advertising in the upcoming fiscal year, starting October 1, running all the way through September of next year, how would you recommend the GMCVB allocate that budget proportionally? And I'll ask Becca to let me know as answers are coming through. If you could just say them out loud, Becca, that would be great.
Sure.
If we're getting any.
Not yet.
Okay. We really want your feedback.
So we have one comment saying about 65% focused on leisure and 35% on meetings.
Okay. Great. Well, in the interest of time, I'll open it up to any other feedback that or questions that you may have about the GMCVB's advertising program in the upcoming year. So please feel free to put your questions or your comments about the program overall in the chat window at this time.
So Josie, we're getting a lot of 60-40 for leisure versus meetings, another 65%. We have some coming in 40-60, so kind of a reversal there. 60-40, yep. It seems we're all pretty much on the same page about the weight of the budget.
Okay. And that sounds about where we usually net out. So it's great to hear that we're all in alignment there. So, and again, just opening it up one more time, any other feedback or questions that you may have about the advertising program?
We're starting to get some that are a little bit heavier on leisure, so 70-30, 75-25. But still holding strong at that type of ratio, another 75-25, yeah.
Okay.
80-20, awesome, thank you, Paula.
Great. No other comments at this time? Questions?
Nope.
Okay, great. Well, with that then, I will turn it over to Becca Hildner, who will take you through the co-op advertising programs.
Awesome, thank you. So I work with Josie on managing our advertising programs, and a big part of that is our co-op advertising programs. So first, I wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining today, especially those who have participated in co-ops this year and in previous years. We really appreciate your support and your flexibility, as this has been a very interesting year for all of us. The GMCVB has been doing co-op advertising for a few years now, where we invest money into a program, which then lowers the cost of participation for our hotel partners, venue partners, et cetera. In the past, we've worked mostly on citywide campaigns, but this year we shifted to a regional approach, just knowing that different destinations within Miami and the beaches have different messaging points that they'd like to cover. So this year it was a collaborative effort between us, the hotel partners, like I said, and some really good interlocal partners for us, like the Downtown Development Authority, the City of Doral, Miami International Airport. So thank you all for participating in those. When we presented these programs, we gave the option of choosing between consumer bookings or meetings leads or both. So you can see down below the different regions and which programs they chose. Some chose both, some just chose one. But we went with Expedia and Cvent, as you all know, have been very trusted and proven partners for us. We also did a couple of citywide programs, one being a cruise co-op that kind of highlighted hotels that offer cruise packages. Unfortunately, that had to be postponed due to COVID, but we did also have some coverage for ultra luxury and luxury hotels as well. With that being said, we had over $1 million in planned media spend for this year for our co-op programs, and really high participation at just over 50 partners. Of course, things changed, budgets changed for our partners, so we did have to make some adjustments to these programs, but overall, a really strong year for us, and we thank everyone for your flexibility and participation. Going to next year, Josie, if you want to go to the next slide. We will be shifting back to a citywide approach, just because we want to be able to get the biggest amount of funding possible for the program and really get as much coverage as we can. So we're going to look at maybe 1 to 2 citywide booking programs with our trusted partners like Expedia, Travelzoo, Kayak, things like that, so that we can generate room nights, generate revenue for your hotels, and really kind of blow that out for you in the new year. But that being said, these are programs built specifically for you as a GMCVB partner. So if you have any other feedback, we would love to hear that. So Josie, on the next slide, I have my question here. We would love to know which media or OTA partners you would like to see us consider for this new year, whether it's Expedia or Travelzoo or Kayak, like I mentioned, or if there are other partners that you've worked with in the past that have worked well, we would love to hear that. So if you want to drop those in the chat box, we would love to get your feedback on what you'd like to see for next year. We're seeing some Expedia come in. And thank you, Vanessa, for participating in that co-op this year. Google, interesting. Expedia, Kayak, awesome. And if you have any other thoughts about timing or any type of seasonality that you'd like to see, okay, some Google ads, interesting. Just put it in the chat. We'll make sure to note it down. Expedia incentives, TravelClick, also a very strong partner. Great. Well, if you have any future comments or any ideas as we go on, just drop them in the chat. We'll make note of them. And if you have any questions, we'll try to answer those at the end. But I think now I will hand it over to Madeline. She'll talk about, in addition to our co-op advertising, the different types of advertising opportunities that we have for our GMCVB partners. So take it away, Madeline.
Good morning. Thank you, Becca and Josie. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being a part of our virtual workshop. I also would like to thank all the sponsors that have really helped us make this possible. We really appreciate your support. Laura Midley will talk about the website after me, but I want to mention that obviously digital advertising is a great avenue for you. I'm just going to run through some of the placements, but the important thing is that you know that your bureau is working for you, and we want to help you come up with a plan that works with your budget. I've been doing individual proposals, and they've been very successful, and again, working within your budget. The added value of anything you do on digital right now would be that you are part of our Miami Shines campaign and the Found in Miami and all the other advertising Miami Land that's going on. So you're reaping the benefits of that. We have website, web banners, leaderboards. The landing page feature is very valuable. We have a section for hotels, things to do, events, and the home page, and you will be featured. It's only available to 2 placements, and it starts at $700. Next, Josie, please. We also have featured business results, which again, when a consumer does a search result or meeting planner, you would be among the top from the sort. The mid article, we can either custom write an article for you or take one that's already done and featured on a website, and you can have an article an ad created for that. So obviously that works very well. Consumers love to see that. Next, Josie. Thank you. And very, very popular are What's Hot sponsored native ad, which not only can you have a native article on there, but you can actually sponsor it with your logo. And as you can imagine, you would basically be owning the What's Hot section, which is very, very popular. And our webcam, clearly with a lot of people working from home, being home, Miami is the highlight and the spotlight of US and international as well. It's wonderful to know that people are looking at our website, looking at our webcam, and this gives you the opportunity, if you have a video, to have your video showcased on one of the most prominent sections of our website, the live webcams. Next, please. Thank you. And we also have our Miami Insider. Many of the hotels have taken advantage of our hotel card and feature hotel. It would include offers, and obviously consumers are looking for offers to come to Miami, and it's been very successful. So once again, thank you. And if you'd like to reach out to myself for information, feel free. If there's any questions, please add it to the chat. And thank you from partnership, from our department for your year-round support. I believe it's Laura Medley now, right? If there's no comments.
Yep. Any comments, questions? Nope. All right. Moving along.
Okay. Well, hey,
All right.
everybody. I know some of the guys on this broadcast I know and I've spoken to before and have been in the previous years that I've been talking. But welcome to everyone. I think I want to shake it up a little bit. And if you guys have any questions about the web or any kind of web stuff, along with any of the previous questions, if you can just ask them during what I'm about to say, that way they'll be there. And, you know, awkward silences are never fun. So whatever you guys have to ask, I will be sure to come up with a brilliant solution for you. Thank you guys, Josie, Becca, and Madeline. I also want to do a really quick shout out to the rest of the team that works very diligently for our partners on the website to help showcase them, and that would be Maria Sidoti, and I don't know if Fede is on this chat or not. Work very hard to make sure that everything is sparkling brilliantly for you guys when people come to the site and want to find out more things about Miami and more things about partners. So first, to start off, let's go into what we've been doing so far in 2019 and 20 so far. One of the things that Josie had brought up previously that was huge, it was a massive success, and we knew it was going to be, because we knew internally, our internal search showcased that requests about information for parks has been in the top 10 search requests, both from Google as well as internally, for the last year. So Miami Land has been absolutely brilliant, and we celebrated the outdoor spaces. We had a bounce rate of only 19.5%. That's absolutely unheard of. Any of our web pages, much less an actual campaign page, best campaign page ever. And since March, you can see that our bounce rate has even dropped lower to 10%, which is insane. It means that if you don't have any outdoor offers yet or haven't been able to come up with any thoughts or ideas about incorporating your business, whether it's a hotel or whether it is something else, with an outdoor offer, then now's the time to do that, because people are really looking for things to do outside of the home. And our average time on page for Miami Land is 5+ minutes, which is also unheard of for a campaign, much less any other page on our site except for, say, the webcam, which, as Madeline mentioned earlier, is typically our largest and most popular page on the site. But we also had 2 new agencies come in. I'm sure that they're in here as well. And Tara and Miles Partnership, they're magic. We are very happy to have them and very thankful. And Tara is our new technology partner. They're working on the website, make it even better from a technological standpoint, make it faster, make it showcase things in an easier way, and basically just make it work and function better than it ever has. And then we have Miles Partnership, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know about. Miles Partnership is a premier agency. They are digital strategy and work on user experience, and have been working so far with us on making our user interfaces a lot easier to navigate, as well as functional, so people can get the information that they need and they want, again, to get you guys, our partners. We have updated and enhanced content this year, including, hey Seth, 360. We've created some 360 map tours thanks to Threshold 360, and they are amazing, both for meetings as well as for leisure. So that's important for you guys to know, because it's another way to really showcase your properties, your businesses, to users who are dying to get out there and see things, even if they can't physically get out there and see them. We've also created recovery programs. We built them on the site, Miami Eats, Virtual Miami. There are a lot of programs that we've been working on to make this whole situation that's been happening this year easier, and help our partner businesses out along the way as much as we possibly can, by showcasing events that are going on, even if people can't actually go to them, and by trying to get people to order out, to have deliveries, to support the local businesses. So one of the other things that we've been doing is Miami on Google. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before. Miami on Google is our brand face posts that we put on the actual Miami SERP page. And if somebody does a Google search for Miami, Miami on Google is what shows up underneath all that fun information on the right-hand side. And we've been doing that since previous April. We have over 50 million views of branded Miami content that we have curated for this main SERP page. Nobody else can get this. They don't even allow DMOs to do this anymore. So we are very lucky and very blessed to have this, and it works. We have an average 4% interaction with these posts. Since March 13th, it's the #2 site refer to our website entirely, and we got a 6+% conversion to outbound your websites from people who come in through Miami on Google. We actually used to get more, but this has been since COVID, so things have been a little different, and our posts have had to be a little different because of the situation. People are dying to find out more about the outdoors again, as I said previously, so that is a highly popular kind of post. Hotel posts are also really popular as well, so great news. I think that's hopefully a sign for the way things are coming.
Now, Laura, just a quick question, just because I'm sure it's of interest to everyone. We have seen a slight decline in the website traffic, but it's been about 20%. So that means that there's still a lot of interest and demand. It's just maybe they're researching and holding out for when they may be actually planning to travel.
Yeah, I mean, so according to what we've heard, what we've been told, the majority of these kind of demo sites or travel sites per se initially had a very steep drop, as one would imagine. Ours have rebounded faster, according to what we've been told, than the majority of the other ones, which is great, which means, yes, there's an interest, sure, and when people are ready, they're going to look to us and you. So that's really important. So you want to flip over to the next one? We can talk about Future Forward. Okay. So we are going to do some pretty awesome things as we move forward. One of them is an enhanced outdoor and Miami Land section. I think what we've already just spoken about, the outdoors, is a huge interest to people, not just domestically, but it is a huge interest domestically, but it's also huge interest internationally that we've seen. So I know that's not, it's likely going to take you longer to rebound, but the exciting thing is that people are still looking, they're still dreaming, and they still want to come here, and that's really important. So we're going to create some more experiential and immersive content. Part of this is going to definitely be 360. We're going to be doing more video. We're going to be doing more imagery. We're going to increase relationship between you guys and these outdoor experiences. So when I previously mentioned, if you don't have offers or virtual events or virtual 360 of your outdoor spaces, now's the time to do them. And the beauty is actually with Seth and Ali's team, you can actually get your properties and your outdoor spaces done for free through your partnership with us. So that's really important, because if you didn't know about it, just contact Ali and she will make sure that you get the ability to set up your own appointment and set up your space and make that happen. So we've also got global content distribution that we're going to be working on. We've started, like I said, Miami on Google is one of the things we're doing currently. We want to make sure that we get the content out to where the people are, and not just expect them to find us, but we're going to go to them and we're going to show them how amazing Miami is and how amazing our partners are. We're also going to have some updated technology that we're going to be working on. And again, thank you for Miles and Antara for both being a part of this, with enhanced user interfaces, refined partner pages, and enhanced site search, which I know we're all screaming for. And it's going to just make the experience for the end visitor so much better. We're really excited about seeing that. Can you flip to the next one? So here's some things you can do free on our website, or we can do for you for free, right? Get your 360 video started. That's going to be really important. And Seth, I think you're going to be inundated with appointments after this. So get ready. Get the camera people ready. You can also, and I'm not sure if you knew this, you can write, one of the things, and I say this every single time we have a partnership event like this, you can actually create your own content on your business page. And a lot of our partners do not do that. There are many, many times when we have gone to partner pages and we have seen a sentence or two sentences or a small paragraph. And this is the same with your offers, and this is the same with your events. So one of the things that you can actually do is have a writer or one of your amazing marketing team or anybody, maybe your chef is a great writer, I don't know, write your own article on your business page. You can add it to the extranet, and it's going to make a huge difference. Think of this as your, second website, right? And add pictures, add amazing photos, and add, a great article. Write it to the user, write it to the person, the visitor, the potential visitor. And that will make a huge difference on how many people will click and go back to your site.
And actually, Laura, sorry to interject one more time, but one of the things that we will be doing soon is sending out a request to share, especially if you are a hotel property or an attraction, a restaurant, if you have specific health and safety protocols, we would love to be able to feature that information on your GMCVB partner profile. And so we will be doing some outreach to collect that information from you as well, because we know that that is obviously a key consideration. And, we're not sure exactly how much more time it's going to take for this to go on, but we want to make sure that we're showcasing your properties and your venues in the best light possible with everything that you're doing to try to keep our guests and customers safe.
And we're going to add those as soon as we possibly can. So another thing, YouTube videos, make sure you add your YouTube videos into your page photo gallery. You can do that through the extranet as well. Use them, they're great. I mean, as long as they're great, use them. And also uploading images to your page photo gallery, right? High quality images. And if you haven't done that in the last 2 years and you've been a long-term partner, because we've changed image sizes, we have larger images now, they're more visually impactful. So if you have the ability to get some really great imagery up there, do it, because otherwise it may not be showcasing your location as well as it should be. And then again, create those offers and events, including virtual events. Virtual events have been quite impactful for people while they've been staying at home, trying to find and see things to inspire them to visit once they're actually able to get out of the house and get out of their neighborhoods and come and you guys, who have these virtual events will be some of the first that people will want to visit because they'll know. So can you switch to the next one, please? So I know some of you have already asked questions. I've seen them in there. If somebody can, I haven't, hold on. I will take a look at these. But one of the things I want to ask you is, what kind of functionality would you like to see on the site that you don't see now? And what can we include about your business on your page to best showcase what you offer? I know some of you are more meeting focused, some of you have different types of businesses. So if you can think about that a little bit and make some comments in the chat while I try and find the questions, or has somebody else been looking at the questions and can just read them off to me?
Yeah, we haven't had any website questions other than how are the page views on the partner profiles and offer pages?
Our partner pages have really amazing page views. Google typically sends people directly to those, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're part of a big business, or if you're a small mom and pop, you may not have a website that Google trusts. And if you're part of a big business, you may just be a small cog in a huge wheel. And so Google may send somebody there, but people can't really get solid information. And you guys know who you are. So our page gives you an opportunity, and Google loves our site for this. Our page gives you an opportunity to really say whatever it is you want to say. And because we have a really great SEO score on Google when it comes to search results, Google directly sends people to our web pages and to your partner pages. Spa pages especially are huge, but hotel pages are massive. I mean, all of the businesses. And the more you take advantage of writing those articles and creating that imagery, the longer people will stay on those pages and the more Google will send them. So it's really important for you guys to take advantage because it's free and it's there for you.
So we have a couple of more questions. One, I can take, how are we driving traffic to mymainbeaches.com/offers? A lot of that is done through paid media. It's done through Travelzoo as well. Thank you, Kimberly. So all of our bookings media that's in market now is driving to those pages, as well as organically. It's featured pretty prominently on our website. So once people do find the website, they navigate towards that. The second question, we don't have a graphic designer and we've had trouble adding photos because they're not sized correctly. Laura, do you have any suggestions on how to resize those photos to fit the site?
Yeah, you don't really need a graphic designer, honestly. Actually, and I can talk to Ali about this. Maybe I can have her send out in the next email to all of the partners just a quick, easy tip on how you guys can do it yourselves. If you send it to us, we can do it, but you'll probably be in a backlog. So I don't want to bottleneck any of our partners. I want to give you guys the best information so that you can do these things yourself, because then you can keep doing them. And then that's really the key. So I will talk to her. But again, we can do them for you if need be, because really those images and those are really key to people being immersed in your organization, in your property, in your business.
Awesome. So I'm starting to see some more general questions that relate to all of our sections. So I don't know if you wanted to start that section.
What I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing just because I want to see everyone's faces and know who I'm speaking to. So great. Becca, can you go ahead and share with us some of those questions and then we can take them one by one?
So one that we were getting was about the co-ops, of course. So I believe there was a question about, will we give some love to places like Doral and other areas next year? So this year we did have a Doral program on both Expedia and Cvent. That was the first time we've done that. So those are in market now. Quite a bit of financial backing on that one. So thank you also to the City of Doral for that as well. Next year, as I mentioned, we will be focusing more on a citywide program. So you are more than welcome to participate no matter what region you're from. We'll look at partners that allow for a little bit of storytelling so that we can maybe within the program, give some love to your area specifically, but we will not be putting the parameters on the programs this year, just so that we can get as many participants as possible, therefore increasing the investment. And then if we have a partner like Expedia or Travelzoo that tend to match our investment, it will be even greater. So keep an eye out for that.
Did we lose Becca?
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Oh, I was like, I hope not, because I just went on a 5-minute
Tangent.
We had some questions also from some of our partners about will we be focusing on luxury. We're still trying to figure that out, how we're going to focus on our luxury targets, but I see in the chat that Gisela has been responding. So Gisela will be your contact this year for any of those more luxury programs or those virtuoso agencies that you mentioned. Lower cost for co-ops, I would love to hear if you have any windows of what you'd like to spend. We kind of in the past have had certain levels, but of course things change now with COVID. Maybe you want to do more, maybe you want to do less. So if you want to send those to me privately or publicly in the chat, please do so that we can keep that in mind when we're choosing the partners for next year. I believe that was it for co-ops. There's a question about promotional opportunities for social media profiles. There are, however, that's covered by our content team. I believe their workshop is later today or tomorrow, so if you're not signed up for that, I encourage you to sign up there. Digital media strategies, how have they changed in regards to international markets? Josie, if you want to take that one. I don't know if she can hear me. Josie? Well, I can get started on that one. For international markets, like Josie said, we are currently not in those markets right now, but we do have a reserve from our partnership with Brand USA that we plan on using when those markets are open to us. So typically all of our international marketing goes through Brand USA because they kind of supplement our media budget. So in the past, we've done digital banners, partnerships with smaller media partners in those actual markets, as well as some on the ground things like billboards in the most popular malls, but we really focus on digitally. So we will continue to be digital and focus mostly on probably banners and things like that. But again, that won't start until those markets are open to us and showing some positive trends. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Let's see what else. We have a question about niche digital advertising for specific events. Laura, if you want to talk about how we promote specific events on the website.
What?
Hey there. Yeah, so when it comes to events, when events actually.
Here it is. Okay.
Tell me if there's anything on there that sounds good to you.
Somebody.
Someone's not muted, but I'll find them.
Got it?
Okay.
That's Bill. It's Bill.
It's Bill. So when it comes to showcasing events on the website, typically what we've done in the past before all of the COVID situation happened, we did a monthly article where we talked about popular events going on during that month. One of the most popular articles on our site are these monthly event articles. So we would talk about that. We would post huge events in our banners. We are doing different things now with our homepage when it comes to showcasing, you know, anything for that matter. But we do have a What's Hot section that we showcase them in, along with other things, depending on what the event is. Sometimes if it was a sporting event that wasn't a huge sporting event for the populace, we would just showcase it in their own banners on the sports sections of websites. Everything's continuously being rethought, right? So now that all of this stuff happened, we created a virtual Miami. Hopefully you guys have heard of it. It's pretty awesome. Again, that's one of the reasons why I said previously, even if you have an event, a virtual event, make sure you post it on the site because people are loving it. And it has also been a pretty popular page or a series of pages on our website that go into these immersive experiences, especially with our arts organizations, but also with locations, hotels that have events and whatnot. You can create anything, really, almost anything into a virtual event, and it can live there forever. And it will, because we're not taking those down once this is over. Because we feel that there will be people who, after all of this is done, are going to want to experience Miami and experience these things, these pieces of Miami, these hidden gems, these beautiful experiences from wherever they are and visit before they visit kind of thing. It's the same thing that we see with all of our outdoor stuff, and one of the reasons that we're working so hard to capture as much of that as we possibly can. So we love promoting events. People love hearing about it. So people love going, and I'm sure once everything stops being as quarantined as it is right now, you know, we're going to see a lot more of that and promote a lot more of that as well. Very, very popular on Miami on Google.
Awesome, thank you. I just wanted to go back to one thing about the international as well. Our website is offered in multiple languages, so we are reaching them organically even though we're not in market. We create content alongside our content team that people from different markets are looking for, and it's automatically translated for them. So we do talk to our international markets, even if it's not through a paid sense.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Okay, great. Sorry, guys. I lost my headset function for a while. But I do want to address some of the questions that we're getting related to the broader advertising program. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, this year, the GMCVB really had a wide variety of very targeted programs. So we have these dedicated and targeted programs. And what we're going to be doing this year is we still want to address all of the various audiences and markets and regions. However, we're going to be doing it as efficiently as possible. So for example, we will still have a Found in Miami campaign. We will be targeting within that media program, we will be targeting LGBTQ and multicultural visitors with the appropriate media, with the appropriate creative, with the appropriate partners, but we'll be doing it through the main program versus having multiple separate programs. And that will allow us to be as efficient as possible. So I think I saw someone, and of course our Bell Harbor friends are asking, will you be doing a luxury program? So I think we're going to be looking to figure out how we can be creative about making sure that we're addressing that market, because these are all important priorities. That is why we had these programs to begin with. So we're just going to be looking to figure out how to do these in a more efficient way with the budget that we have available, because we know the budget numbers are going to be different, understandably. And so we want to spend those as intelligently as we can and make sure that we're still meeting all of our goals. You know, but it just it may look a little different than it did this year. I think one question came in about as well the geographic scope. Can you clarify the geographic scope of marketing efforts to generate local meetings? So right now we are looking at the Tri-County area. So that's domestically here in Miami, West Palm Beach, and Broward to look at driving local marketing activity for the meetings area as well as for leisure. So that's really what our primary targeting is right now, and then we'll look to expand that as we can. I'm scanning through. Are there any other questions, Becca, that?
Madeline, if you want to speak about the social media promotions, just because I know you work across teams on that opportunity.
Sure. Yes, the question that was on the chat regarding social media promotions, if it was a pay to play, we can put a campaign together for you. I'm not sure if it was talking about organic or pay to play, but you can reach out to me directly, Madeline@gmcvb.com, and we can discuss it offline. Thank you very much.
One last question I saw was about whether attractions will be able to participate in our co-ops. Yes, depending on the partner. So with Travelzoo, we have had attractions participate because you can host your offer through Travelzoo. So we've seen some good success with that both this year and last year when we focused on a kind of a family-friendly co-op. So that will definitely be in, we'll be keeping that in mind and making sure that we find partners that can offer space to all of our different partner types. I don't believe we have any more questions. If you have any more, please.
Actually, I see one more that I would like to answer. I see a question from Kim. Hi, Kim. Has the digital marketing strategy changed in regards to international markets? So it definitely is going to be a different animal this year. We have a wonderful partner in Brand USA, the destination marketing organization for the United States. And so because we paused our marketing activity, we have we have some budget essentially that's being held with our partners at Brand USA. So as I mentioned, we're really looking to figure out the most efficient way to manage our programs. And so this year we will be looking at international primarily through Brand USA partnerships. They have a number of very efficient programs that they offer us. And as they bring those back into the market, we will be most likely, and that doesn't mean entirely, but most likely focused on international through those Brand USA programs for this year.
We have one last question. Will you do the influencer campaign again? We've done influencer campaigns both for Miamiland, for our LGBTQ market as well, and just some general like branding and lifestyle campaigns. Josie, if you want to speak to whether we'll be doing that in the future. Yes,
I mean, I think we absolutely are very interested in that. We believe that showcasing influencers, showing people that are actually enjoying the destination experientially is a very effective tactic for shifting hearts and minds about visiting Miami. And so that's one of the reasons why our content team is actually going out right now and shooting at multiple hotel properties in order to showcase that there are people that are able to visit responsibly and enjoy Miami right now. So we will be, as things start to stabilize, we will definitely look at bringing influencers more formally back into the market. It's just a matter of when. Because influencers, we want to make sure, of course, that they're showcasing the destination and that the tone is correct, right? So it's easier to control messaging that the GMCVB is putting out than an influencer and things that they might say. And typically, when we do influencer marketing, we have approval for all messaging that they produce. However, we want to be able to bring that back at the right time. But absolutely, that's something we want to bring back into the mix as soon as we can.
Great. Well,
certainly covered a lot of ground. Does anybody have any other questions? All right.
We do have one. Any marketing with airline partners?
Oh, that's a great question, Sarianne. Thank you for asking that question. So interestingly, we were planning to launch an American Airlines partnership on Expedia. And due to the situation, we've put that on pause, but I think that there's a lot of goodwill there, and American Airlines, of course, is a wonderful partner to the GMCVB. And so I would not be surprised if we don't look at, programs like that. So if it's not American, but American, of course, is, has the majority of the flights into the destination. So I think we would absolutely look at that again. It's just a matter of when, not if. So that's a great question. Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, if we have no other questions, it's been a pleasure seeing everyone again. I feel like I want to scroll through everyone's like feeds just to be able to see you all before we let you go. So thank you so much for your participation and your interest in our programs. If you have any questions for our team, you can reach out to me. My name is Josie Yalva. Once again, Josie, Josie, @gmcvb.com. We have an amazing team that is here to serve you. So send us your questions and we will be happy to support you and help you in any way that we can. So until we see you again in person, thank you very much. And we'll be talking to you all soon. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Be safe, be well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank